Hey guys, welcome to my office. It is mostly cleaned up now, so I can actually record in here again after filling it up with too much equipment to do anything. And today I'm getting around to a product review I've been meaning to do for quite a while. Way overdue. I wanted to squeeze it in before Black Friday because this product in particular has a sale going on right now that you might want to take advantage of. So what I have in my hand is a V-mount battery that was sent over from FJD Dynamics. This is going to be something that photo, video, like recording industry professionals are very familiar with because V-mount batteries have been around forever. This is generally speaking what you'd hook up to your lights or your camera rig so you have all the battery power you need while you're doing on-the-move shoots. I mean, these guys clip into your equipment, lock themselves in place with a release mechanism, and they stay there, and you can do driving off-road and stuff like that, and these won't fall off. So they've been kind of isolated to that industry for a long time, but recently, in more modern times, these V-mount batteries have come up with a new thing that makes them valuable to everyone, and that is a USB-C output on this. USB-C power delivery, 3.0, 4.0, quick charging, you name it. Now you can use this as a battery bank like you would your USB battery banks that you buy all the time for charging your phone, charging your Steam Deck. It works for all of those things now while giving you the enhanced rugged build and the enhanced mountability so that it doesn't fall off. I mean, I have one on the camera right now. There's just no way to record with my camera without using one of these. The battery will die in like 10 minutes. I have been doing concert shoots lately, and I've seen people going out there with phone rigs like this one, and I can just attach a V-mount battery to the bottom of the phone rig. I have my Steam Deck. This is actually really interesting. I took a little micro mount on the back of it, and I made it so that when I want to play my Steam Deck on the go and I need more battery power, I just link in my V-mount battery. This is better than any USB bank because look, it's locked on. It won't come off unless you actually press the release lever, and then you can take it off. So you can have as many of these as you need, hot swap them as you need, and they work just like battery banks, but with all the additional functionality of the BP port, the DTAP port, and now the USB-C port, so it can power just about anything. So let's go ahead and now move a little bit further into the review and talk about this specific item in a little bit more detail. So let's go ahead and get things started with a very basic unboxing. Came in a plain cardboard box, and inside of the cardboard box was our battery, a place for the battery, a starter guide, and interestingly enough, I'm really surprised, they gave us a USB cable and a charger so that we can charge the battery, because you can actually charge this battery. You don't have to have a dedicated charger. You can use a USB charger. The one they gave us is a 65 watt GAN charger. So they gave us a really nice charger to go with this. So let's take a closer look at our battery pack here. You can see it's just pretty much all the hard plastic on the outside, a recessed V-mount lock on the back here. On the bottom we have our BP plate, and this is where we have our BP connections. If we open up the side panel covered here, we have our DTAP connection. This is what's used for most of those lights and older camera rigs. And then now the more modern interface right here, we have our USB Type-C, and this is going to be what we'll use for pretty much everything else. So let's talk about performance. What sets this V-mount battery apart from the competitors? For one, it's just built perfectly fine. It has a nice lightweight, high power output. I tested the power output on this. I bought a special device just for testing this. Now, interestingly enough, they rate this at a high voltage output instead of a low voltage output. Most companies give you the low voltage output. When you buy a battery pack, like a USB battery bank, they always give you the capacity at the 3.7 volt nominal discharge rate of the cells inside, not what you get in real life. The cells inside are going to be 18650 lithium ion batteries, and they're put together in a way that make a battery bank. They run at 3.7 volts. So when you do a capacity test on any kind of power bank, you're going to lose efficiency or lose the capacity. The higher the voltage that you change that 3.7 to, the more losses you have in that conversion. So I did an overnight test at 5 volts, which is the lowest you can run this at. And you can see at 5 volts, we got a rated capacity of 16,000 milliamp hours. And that's really, really good considering there's about a 20 to 25% loss in that conversion. So if you do the math, this is a very high capacity battery bank. So it's going to run whatever you attach it to for hours. This particular battery, I've taken it out and done professional video shoots with it, and it lasted me my entire shoot without having to change to a secondary battery. With my Steam Deck, I've done about 4 hours of gaming and I didn't run out of battery life. So, take it with a grain of salt how long it's going to last, because it depends on what you're doing with it, but it's there to provide the power that you need. And the cool thing about V-mount batteries is you're looking at like a 2-second ordeal to swap it out for a different one if you do need additional batteries. The other thing is, what's important about this is going to be what power delivery protocols does it support. I have other V-mount batteries that have the USB output, but they only have low charging modes. They don't have the higher charging modes that you might need for your phone or your tablet or your other devices. This one supports 65 watt output. USB, back in the day, you grab a 5-volt USB charger and that was all you got. How many amps was it? And how many volts? It's always 5 volts. So you just found the biggest amperage. But now voltage can be different with USB power delivery. So before I even show you that, one of the nicest features about this battery so far is the fact that it has a manual on when you press the button on it. You can see that this isn't turned on right now. And so that means there's no power coming to it. Some of the other ones I have rely on sensing the power demand to start delivering power. And with my R5C, that gave me trouble. So I couldn't get the battery bank to reliably work sometimes, unless I had another battery in the camera and then turn the camera on first. This one, as long as we press the power button on it, at any point in time, it'll start delivering power. So over here, just right there, we'll press that, it turns on, we'll see the lights, it shows our indicator of how much power level we have left, and this came on automatically. So with this device, what we're going to do is we're going to run power delivery detection. It's going to pull up all of our modes right now. And you can see on screen everything that this supports. So it supports all of those different modes. And I've tested it and it has outputted actually more than 65 watts of power if I ask it to. So it has all of that up its sleeve. This is definitely going to support whatever device you need to plug it into, no matter what the demands are. You could even probably run your laptop on this thing. So a V-mount battery is a pretty simple item. It's not like I need a really, really long review to explain a battery. But let's talk about what sets this one apart from the others that are out there. Why is this one worth getting instead of something else? I have 3 different brands, and I will tell you that so far, this is the only one that has never given me any trouble. The industry leading brand, the one that everyone buys, gave me that non-start issue with my camera. So sometimes I'd plug it in and it just wouldn't work. And that was a huge problem when I was working on a major actual recording gig that I was getting paid for. And so I would turn off the camera to save battery power, and then when I turned it back on, the battery didn't start and I was running into issues. This one's never given me that trouble. The pricing of it is in line with the competitors, and right now, like I said, it's on sale. And it has all of the charging protocols with the 65 watt output. So it's kind of like it has everything you need and then some, and therefore it's worth having a decent little investment in it because it will last you a long time. It does have a 2-year warranty, and it just is no frills, nothing super fancy, no screen, nothing crazy about it, but it has everything you need and it's very functional. So again, I'll have the description of the video, we'll have the links to everything so you can go check it out yourself. Hopefully you enjoyed this review, and I'll be back as soon as I can with new content. Once again, this is Patrick from Vicious Computers, and I'll see you next time.